All right. Wow. I get it now. I get it. I get all of it now. It all makes sense once you find out what it is. But that's why we do it blind.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
We are back with another Pours Unknown, which means we have drawn this sample at random from our Pours Unknown sample pool, full of a bunch of bourbons and rye, most of which we've never tasted before, so there's no familiarity with the product.
Nope.
There are a few curveballs in there to keep us on our toes, though, so there's no telling what this could be.
Oh, man.
We're double blind. We're going to smell it, taste it, give it a rating. Then we're going to see what the price is and weigh that against what we tasted in the glass to see what we feel, see if that changes our rating.
Yep.
Then we're going to find out what we're drinking.
Also, I'm looking and it is sticking to your glass. You kind of swirled it.
Yeah.
And I kept looking and it's like, it's hanging on.
Cool. It looks good. Yeah. I can see it from here.
It's I don't know. I like
that.
Well,
that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but
it doesn't, but it's a good sign.
It's a hopeful sign.
It's a hopeful sign.
It's a hopeful sign. While Erin gets into the nose here, you can get into the description down there and find our Patreon, which is where you can join our online community, over on Discord, where we love to help each other, trade samples, help each other find bottles, all kinds of good stuff. It's a fantastic community full of a bunch of amazing people. We've also got our barrel picks that are available over there on Patreon, and we've got merchandise. Wait a minute, not the merch. We've got virtual tasting events every month and bonus content. The merch is separate on stuffandwhiskey.com.
Yeah.
I'm mixing things up
it's
over here like I've never done it before.
It happens.
We are not a professional whiskey tasting channel, nor are we a professional pitching channel. Yeah, talking is very difficult.
Okay.
How's the nose?
Really good.
Oh.
This reminds me of an old book. You know, when you open up an old book that's been like stagnant for a while, you open it up and it's like got that sweet, kind of stale, but also sweet smell.
Yeah.
I love that smell. I love the smell of old books. Therefore, I love the smell of whatever's in this glass.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about this.
It smells like a bourbon, and it smells like a really good bourbon.
Yes.
It has just a beautiful, very classic nose. It's got a lot of caramel, has a little vanilla. It's got a nice balance of sweet oak in there to kind of anchor all that. There might be like whatever that old book image that's in your mind. Like, I don't know if you want to call it leather or whatever. I just usually call that barrel.
It's old. It's like paper. It's like when paper has turned yellow. It's been in a book, and then you open it, and it has a very distinct, kind of stale, but also very sweet and very nice smell.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I'll be honest. You get on to me sometimes about the color of whiskey. Like the way it smells, this should look a lot darker. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, maybe it's like a finished or double barreled.
I don't know. Let's get this on the palate.
Oh, wow. Up front, it's not as sweet as I thought it would be, but there is a sweet finish. I think that's all I'm getting at the moment. Yeah,
I would say my experience is more in line with the color than the nose. Like, the nose was really nice. I'm not going to say the nose was tremendous. It was very nice, very pleasant.
It doesn't taste as dark as it smells.
Yes.
That's what you're getting at.
It's a little brighter. It's kind of sweet, generally sweet, kind of a fruity, kind of that fruit roll-up, fruit leather, not like all the way into fruit roll-up, super
like
sugar.
Like the healthy fruit roll-up, fruit leather.
Yeah, like it's got a mild amount of sugar, but you're kind of left wanting more sweetness. But for whiskey, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Fruit forward, like a red fruit leather, and it's kind of thin, and it's a little watery.
Which is surprising, because it was sticking to the glass.
Man,
maybe we just set our sights too high. Like we saw the glass, we smelled it, and it was cashing, or what is that saying? It was cashing checks. What's the thing?
I don't know.
Your mouth is saying what you can't cash checks. Oh, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Help me, please.
Put it in the comments below.
What is it?
I think those comments might get flagged for language.
No, you're saying something, but you can't cash the check. I don't know.
I'll be honest.
I was deceived, is what I feel like.
This nose is, going back to it, this nose is still pretty tremendous.
It is.
So let's get back into the palate again.
Okay. I think you're right. I think it is a little bit brighter than I expected it to be based on how it smelled. Therefore, it's a little bit brighter than I wanted it to be because I loved how it smelled and I wanted it to follow through on the palate, and it didn't. Yeah. However, that being said, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's just not what I thought it was. So that's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah. One of the follies of blind tastings, which we are huge advocates of, because, I mean, we built a whole channel around it.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to build a channel, don't do blind tastings. It's not how you get views, because you don't know what you're tasting, so you can't tell people what to click for. But if you want to do blind tastings, one of the things that you have to be aware of is that sometimes you will get lured into believing you're going to get one thing on the nose, and then the palate will pull the old switcheroo on you.
I feel like that happens more often than not.
I wouldn't say more often than not, but sometimes you smell something like this that smells really dark and rich and complex, and then on the palate, it's just kind of generally good.
Yeah.
So, like, we're kind of taken aback. I think you're seeing us be taken aback by the fact that this isn't delivering on what we thought we would get out of the nose.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't mean it's bad. I find this to be quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's the type of pour that on like a summer night, I would love to just sit around, have a pour of this. It's not too heavy. It's not too dark. It's not too dense. It's not too rich. It's kind of thin, generally sweet, easy sipping.
I wouldn't say thin. Because when I think thin, I've had whiskeys that the viscosity is like drinking water. This is not that. This is a little more than that. So I don't think I would classify it as thin. It is not as thick as I thought it was going to be based on how it clings to the glass. But I wouldn't call it thin, personally.
Okay, that's fair. You have a rating on this?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I was expecting it to be something else based on the nose, but what I was drinking is good. So thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm thumbs up as well. I like it. I would like to have a bottle of this.
Yeah.
This isn't the type of thing that I reach for all the time, but there's definitely times where I'm in the mood for something like this.
Yeah.
Find it generally enjoyable. We'll see what the price is, see if
Okay.
that changes our ratings.
Let's find out.
In our pool, this is number 87, which, by the way, while Aaron's looking this up, I'll let you know, we get this question all the time. I'll put a link in the video description to a sample pool. All it is a Google Forms document with drop downs. The link down there has literally instructions on how you can build your own. I do not have a template, but it's very simple to build your own. You can just check the thing out down there.
Yeah.
Super easy. Trust me, if I can do it, I'm a Luddite. If I can do it, you can do it. So if you want to build a sample
All
pool.
right.
All right, number 87, price-wise, what is this?
It's $120.
Man, the nose smells like $120 for sure. The palate just is not delivering on that for me.
Yeah, I think because there is such a disconnect between the nose and the palate, I am going to have to go down to just okay.
Yeah, I think I have to as well. The nose is a $120 bottle nose.
Yeah,
But
the
the
nose
palate,
made me smile. It brought me joy.
Yeah, the palate for that, there's got to be more depth to it for that for me. Maybe once we find out what it is, it'll all make more sense, but I can't.
Maybe.
I got to go just okay.
Yeah, I'm going just okay as well.
It's not thumbs down. It's not a hard pass, but
Yeah.
just okay. Maybe get a pour at a bar, something like that.
Yeah.
What are we
Okay.
drinking?
Oh. This is a rye.
Is it really?
It is.
Well, it's got that brightness. That makes sense.
This is the Van Winkle Family Reserve Rye. 95.6 proof, which that's pretty lower on the proof point. I didn't get that. And this is thanks to Bill and Delia Kavanaugh.
Hold on a minute.
So the Van Winkle, that explains why it's 120.
It ain't. If you can get it at retail, it's 120.
Oh, you can't even get it?
You'll pay $700, $800, $900 or $1,000 or more dollars for this if you buy it in the store. It's a 13-year rye. Everything's making sense now.
Good grief.
That's why the nose is what it is. The nose is tremendous.
Yeah, it
but
is.
the palate, it's lower proof. It is old.
It doesn't drink
It doesn't drink old.
low proof, and it doesn't drink old either. This was brighter than I thought it should be.
Yeah, I think it drinks with more flavor than 95 proof, but it doesn't drink with 13 years of age.
Correct.
But it is very sweet, so I was expecting a bourbon, and when I'm expecting a bourbon, what I'm thinking is I want like that dark, rich oak profile, and for whatever reason, this just doesn't have it. It's more bright and fruity. I'm stunned.
Yeah.
I'm stunned that this performed the way it did. I'm stunned it smelled the way it did. I'm stunned it tasted the way it did. I'm also stunned that people pay as much as they do for this.
Yeah.
If I got an opportunity...
A lot of stunning going on here.
Yeah. Now, just okay means we could take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you right now, if I get an opportunity to buy a bottle of this at retail, I'm taking it.
At retail.
I'm taking it.
At retail.
At 120
is the key word.
Because it's a Van Winkle product. I want to have it. I want to share it with people. However, over retail, I'm out.
How much over retail?
I mean, honestly, like this, if you would have told me it was like 80 or 90 bucks, I'd have been happy with that.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's a fair price.
But how much would you be willing to pay for it? If you were to be given an opportunity.
Here's the thing. I'm going to buy it because we don't resell anything. So I'm going to buy it to have it and drink it. I mean, I'd pay like $150 for it just to have that experience, to have a special bottle to share with friends and family that come over, you know, all that. But yeah, I mean, it's really good. I think this is the 2022 release. I'm almost sure that's true.
Yeah, it didn't say on the form.
I'm almost sure it's a 2022 release. But yeah, good pour overall.
Yeah.
But Van Winkle hype is...
I don't know.
If you don't know about this channel and this video... Maybe think about subscribing or maybe don't.
Take a chance. Subscribe.
Yeah.
If you don't like us, you can unsubscribe later.
Yeah, live on the edge there. Hit that bell down there if you want to join us for a live stream. We do those once a month. Would love for you to join us for a pour.
Yep.
And what else? Yeah, like the video if you liked it. Do that. Do the YouTube things. You know the things to
like,
do.
comment, subscribe. And that's it for today. Be good to each other. And until next time.
Drink your pappy.